Baruch Hashem, today's Hey Elul. Today we're going to learn. Today's the 8th day in the Limud היום in the Hemshech Gadol Shnas Hakel. We're going to learn starting page Vov. So yesterday in the Hemshech we learned 3 mashalim for when you do Bittul Hayesh in order to reach a higher level. We had one oifen of Seichel. You have to forget the original Seichel in order to reach the higher Seichel. The second one was a seed. In order to get to be able to plant, has to be totally nullified and rotten. The third one is dafka through davening and bittul. You could reach higher levels. So, and the purpose of this was in continuation of our discussion, which we started in the beginning of this maamer היום, תחלת מעשיך. The idea that to get from Gan to Eden, Pchinas Chachma, we need to go through Nahar. We need to have this type of avodah to work your way up. And then we continued saying 2 days ago how tzaddikim ein la menucha, they're constantly traveling from one level to another level. Valkein mitam zeh, we continue right before the beginning of page Vav, the last line on Yodalid. Mitam zeh motzinu shebechol aliyas mitachtin la'elyon. Every time you want to go up from lower to higher, tzarich liyas b'chinas davar ma, there has to be something mafsik u'mavdil b'neim, separating between them. Shal yadeh, through this thing that's between them, yavay atachtin lebitul metzius legamri, the lower level could totally nullify itself. Achi yishkach ha'mahusar madrigas ha'ereshena, till we'll forget its original madriga in order to reach the higher level. V'oz yal l'mayla madriga tz'elyon. K'shem sh'vam shach sa'er m'mayla mata. Just like when comes from top to... Now, here we're talking about a person or a neshama traveling up, going up the ladder. Same idea when the is coming down. There's the idea of a parsa, a separation. Every world has a parsa, which is like a separation. There's also a separation. The changes. It's in order that the earth transforms itself, that the lower level could contain it. Also, when you're going up, it's like an intermediate bin. This intermediate level, this makes the lower level totally nullified. That it should be able to go up. When the neshama goes from the lower level of Gan Eden to the higher level, there's no comparison between these two levels. There's something separating. There's this level of the fiery river that comes out and burns them or hits them from this earlier from before them. So Shetoivlim by neshamas ba'aloisam migan Eden atachtin lagan Eli, and the neshamas kind of dip. They take a tevila in this fiery water in order that they should then travel up. The Indian tevila zu. What is the Indian of this tevila going in the mikveh of this fiery water? The neshama forgets its original enjoyment. It should not confuse should not confuse or mix up the greater, higher understanding, which that understanding and alien is like spiritual physical, which is totally non-comparable. But you need to totally forget it, totally mevatel it in order you should be able to achieve it. Just like you need to forget before a neshama goes into Gan Eden Atachtin, Gan Eden Asir, which is the Gan Eden of our world, because it has to forget it has to totally forget. The neshama has to forget all the gashmistic enjoyments it had in the body. Should not have any even one mark from what it saw in this world. If it doesn't forget it, if it's not in this battle, it will not be able to reach the pleasure of Gan Eden Atachtin. Just like the actual physicality of a body. Just like when you're living. So we're talking now about neshama going up within Gan Eden. Let's think about it now, even in the world. Gashmias right here. The Gashmias could disturb the person. When he's davening, the physicality that you do during the day, they confuse you in davening. Even though when you put yourself aside and you really want to go daven, like we said yesterday, in order to daven, you have to have the bitterness and the bittul or the lowering yourself. You have to have a heavy head before you go daven. Any mark from this world, even if it's just in passing, which that's literally that's usually what we refer to when we use the term chizudei alma, just a vision, just a passing vision of this world. This confuses and mixes up the neshama. When the neshama goes out of Gehenim, even though if it gets rid of the bad, it still needs the nahar dinner, this tevilah, to get rid of all the gashmis. So we said this happens at every level, like between Gan Eden and Tachton and Gan Eden Elyon, to forget madrega kedemes. But more b'pashtos, it happens to forget the gashmis of this world. Nahar dinner is a madrega tachtoina. Nahar dinner is a lower level. Hashem is the osan shel hachayos, from the sweat of the malachim that are called chayas. Nahar dinner yotzechulu. The nahar dinner comes out. Kach, so this is all the nahar dinner when we talk about B'tzeis and Megehenim. But kach, ish prinas nahar dinner elyon yoser, there's a higher level of nahar dinner, kishurish nahar dinner, hu gavoya me'oid, the source of nahar dinner is very high, the shorshim prinas tiferes, which is right after bina, it's a much very high level, which goes to makamacher. And this high level of nahar dinner, shemachsuk gan eden ataktam gan eden elyon, Obviously, when you're going for Gan Eden Elyon, there's no problem of Gashmis anymore. We took care of that. Like we said, the first nahar dinner. There's a higher level of Gan Eden which you could go higher. Sefer HaBoyer Isa, Sefer HaBoyer state, Amud. There's also an Amud, a pillar. Being Gan Eden Atak and Gan Eden Elyon, Shaboyer and Anashamas. Vugamkin Bchinas Bittel. Amnum Bittel, Nali Yoser, Bittel the nahar dinner. This pillar is a separation. You have to kind of go through a pillar. There's a higher level of Bittel. That Bittel the nahar dinner, it's how you totally unclothe yourself from the physicality, from your initial understanding. But Aliyah Ba'amud, going through the pillar, Aliyah Viskas Madrega Elyon, this is already you drawing yourself in the higher level. But that's before you actually get included in the Madrega Elyon. V'bitul Sheni, there's another Bitul Anas and Megilu Ur Taniga Elyon, so the higher Ur is revealed. Both the nahar dinner and the pillar, the amud, are both intermediate. Elosh nahar dinner, the nahar dinner mitzat hatachtoin shemispatel mi yeshusoi, v'amud mitzat gilu or shemeir olav. And the amud is because of the higher gilu coming up. And maybe ulay yeshlemer. This is kind of what the Rebbe Rashab was alluding to when he started speaking about the beginning of what we learned today. That same way milmat lamayla, there's a memotza, so too there's parsois milmat lamata. So even though here we're all talking about milmat lamayla, the person is traveling up. In kolzeh, even traveling up, you have these two inyanim. You have the inyan of milmat lamayla, which is the nahar dinner, and you have even while you're traveling up, you have the higher level kind of preparing you to come up there. And it's similar to what we said yesterday about davening. Once you have the early key, there's ratzoi. So now we see the same idea by davening. First you have mirius v'shiflos, that's like nahar dinner, and then you have the ratzoi. The Eibishter kind of has an early key which helps you get included. Then you take go to the higher level. Yishlomer Gan came the Zel Mashkas Binin Aliyas of Rurim Biala Axilos, Tabir Ba'il Mispia, Waide, Pchinas Bitla Yesh, Pchinas Iskafia. Tabir Ba'il Mispia, the Bia, it's through holding yourself back, again, like Nahar Dinar. The good things are totally out of the Ra, but they can't go up. Only then when you have the bittul milamayla, yicholim mikol belakus tatzilus, shezal b'chinas bittul amit mamar. So again, we have the same idea we're talking about over here. So you have the avodah milamatla, you have the avodah milamatla mayla. The avodah milamatla mayla is only complete with a ara milamayla lamata. We mentioned this again, 3 Efan. We mentioned this in the neshamas in Gan Eden, going through the dinner, then going through the Amud. We mentioned it here in the parentheses, avodah tefillah, similar to what we said yesterday. And the third oifen, the birura and the and biyah, which you can be mevarer l'chsha'atzmoi, and then the third oifen, and then only through the gilu ar milamayla is when you can be nichlal by yourself. And this idea, going back to what we said earlier, that there is a difference in avodah. There's an aliyah milamayla lamata. There's a forgetting your previous level and going hard to your new level. There's very many steps. They keep going up. There's 3 types of Gan Eden and Biyah. We mentioned before Gan Eden from going from our world to Gan Eden Atachton, which is Gan Eden Asiyah. It's like the first level of Gan Eden. But then there's also Biyah. And just like we have different levels of pleasure down here in Lamata. There's Tanik Shabasiyah, it's a Malachi off of Klinah. Sheish B'zeh Tanik Gadol. So that's kind of like an Eden Asiya. You have like a level of doing of accomplishing something, making something nice. When you love someone or you do chesed to someone, it's totally removed from the Tanuk of Asiya. It's a physical feeling. Higher than that, you have a tainug of seichel. If tainug of seichel v'asaga, shu nivdal be'erech be'hergev shruchim yetzer, which is even more spiritual. Ukmoy kein hadugim zelamayla b'ganei natach nasiya. So same way we could have down here lamata these different levels of tainug. So to lamayla in ganei natachtin you have the asiya. Shemein erich legabe ganei the tzira. Shezak my tainug b'midas. Olmayla mizeh ganei the bria. Shezak my tainug the asaga, which each one is higher. And now obviously as a separate thing, we mentioned this it's totally removed from all these 3. So these 3 are still some kind of a tainug maybe that we could relate to, but the Atzilus Gan Eden is in Ganzen removed. And in more detail, there's many more madrigas. Back to what we said yesterday, that they're always walking. That's their avodah, that's their personality, so they have to walk. It's not that they just sit and enjoy the What's their walking? How do they walk? More light of spirituality, of enjoyment. It's an unlimited light. This is going up, not according to your steps, it's jumping up. How do you go shaloi ba'adraga? So this is like a shaloi ba'adraga because every step you're going is a total nullification or separation from your previous level. We say every day, eternity, bli hafsek. Always they're going to praise you, God, madregas ad ein Shiur, unlimited traveling up your steps. This level of enjoyment in Gan Eden, this is called the first of your doings of the Eibusher. Beginning is before head. We know it's tchilas and besoifon. The mavur b'makam acher apirush b'zeh. The ni'itzas haschala he besoif yoyser mi'beroshim mispashet. It's in the end, which is further than where the head spreads out to. So it's like all the way in the end. How did the tchilo l'mayla maresh? Because we say tchilas and besoifon. It's higher than rosh and regal, I guess. V'hu nivdal be'erech marosh. The rosh v'soif are yeshlam shaycha zelazar. Soif taka haza or shaycha the rosh. About tchila shel ma'alim harosh harei nivdal be'erech, it's totally removed. V'zeu tchilas ma'asecha, the Gan Eden, like we said, mashe nivdal be'erech na'asiyah. The asiyah we're talking about over here, and oil mitzbiyah b'chlal. K'moikin oil matzilus b'chlal asiyah, sharei nikra adam da'asiyah d'chlos, even atzilus can be grouped into this level of atzilus. Kayadua. B'chinas Gan Eden sheb'chol oilam nikra tchilas ma'asecha. Sharei zeu ha'ara sheb'chinas ein soif. Canal, the Gan Eden is the tchilas maasecha, the ein soif, this level of unlimitedness within the ma'asim of the Eibishter. Nivdal be'erech min ha'olam, higher than the Rosh, higher than the olam, the way it is. Umikamakim nikra tchilas maasecha, it's still somewhat related to maasecha. Liyos ta'arazu, hagam shi b'chinas ein soif, mikamakim harei mishlabeshes b'ishtalshlos. It still gets enclosed in the levels of ishtalshlos. Shenei dagil, the Gan Eden b'chinas bina, she'ikir ishtalshlos. B'chinas aras chachma b'aras oinek zel shemitzlavish b'bina. The levels taka go into bina. V'hainol fisha ar lavad. It's not the etzem, it's just a light of the Eibishter. Lachen mislabeshes madrigas v'ishtalshlos. Umshum zen nikrat tchilas ma'asecha. Like we asked in the beginning of the Maamer, what are we referring to over here tchilas ma'asecha? So we're referring to these levels of Gan Eden, which on the one hand are higher than the Ilmas. The Tchila, which is higher than Rosh. On the other hand, there's still ma'asecha, there's still shaykh to ishtalshlos. Elo shumadriga nivdelas ma'olam. Mashoimim zeh hayom de Rosh Hashanah tchilas ma'asecha. So then, what do we say? Zeh hayom of Rosh Hashanah. Hanukib chilas gila hachachma v'oinek. This level of wisdom and enjoyment. So this gets accomplished through the Yidden Dafke, Zeh Hayom of Rosh Hashanah, and what is Zeh Hayom connected to Avodas Adam, and like this whole Maamer is talking all on Avodas Adam or Avodas Hashamas. So this the connection to Rosh Hashanah is Derech Klal Gan Eden Uschar Hashamas Reis K'Mitera Mitzvah. So Taka Gan Eden is a schar for what we do. The Zeu Zeh Hayom the Rosh Hashanah Yom Brei Adam Rishon Hu Tchilas Ma'asecha. The day that Adam Rishon was created, that is Taka Tchilas Ma'asecha, the beginning of your doing. So because that is where the neshamas get their schar for their avodah, where they could, which is Taka accomplished through the Yiddens doing down here Lamata. So again, the Maamer over here started where we left off in the previous Maamer, how the Iker Inyan of the avodah sa Adam, the Iker Inyan of Sibas Brias Ha'ilmus is Dir B'Tachtoinim. L'hamshech Sefer B'Mamalei. The Urshel Amayla Matzu was bringing it into the world. We continued in this Maamer a whole arichas about the different levels, or the different ifanim that a person could taka achieve this. How a person could you have Nar, you have Gan, you have Eden, you have Havara. We started by saying that talk about Ches HaMesim, we're going to have the great Giloy, but then even now we have the Nar. You have to go from Gan to Eden, and then we continued by saying all these different levels, how the tzaddikim ein lem menucha, we're constantly traveling from one level to another level. And we concluded here in the end of the Maamer that all of these avodas and all of these hiluchim, that is all sort of say a schar for the avodah sa'adam, which you did lamata, and again to continue what we said in last Maamer, all in a oifen of dira b'tachtoidim. So again, this continues this idea of tachlis sibas brias oilmas, and b'meila tachlis u'shleimus. The schar for the avodah is to have the yidden continue their avodah, tlasis lo yisbarich, dir b'tachtoinim.